After seeing the documentary, my mind has been changed. I would hope so. If you were maybe straddling the fence on whether or not it was a cult, it's definitely a cult. It doesn't mean that I got money. That's one of the biggest misconceptions, is that I've made money, and that's just completely false. I have spent more than $60,000 on Robert Shin's lawsuit. I have not made money. I haven't made a dime on this story. Any money that I've made has literally gone right out the door and covered legal fees that I'm fighting Robert Shin in court over. If anything, the story has cost me money. Like, I have spent more money helping this family and helping these people spread awareness than I've made. There's been no money. He's sued all of us and made sure that none of us made any money. And furthermore, my platform was not offered for money. It was offered for, you could get exposure this way. Yeah, he's suing me for defamation, which I didn't defame him. Like, one of the things he's suing me for is that I said that he picked out the music. Well, he does. One thing that he said that he's suing me for is that he picks out their wardrobes. Well, 7M did pick out the wardrobes. Like, that they live in housing connected to the church. They do. Like, all of that's true. So it's just frivolous. Yeah, they're going to restrict comments. They're also going to start pretending like they're not in 7M. That's the new thing. Like, they're going to start telling you guys that they're not part of 7M, and they're going to try to tell you that they left Shekinah and they're not a part of it. His wife is getting sued. Yes, she is part of the lawsuit. So when Priscilla filed the lawsuit, and the Aubrey and Kevin and Kalia and Kylie joined the lawsuit, they are suing Robert, Hannah, Shirley, Isaiah, a guy named Abraham that you've never heard about, his wife Jenny, Christina Keller, Lemuel Betton, Isaiah, Chloe, Daniel. Yeah, there's a bunch of them that are getting sued. It's a lot. I don't know what this, like, they keep telling me, like, there are all these little things that pop up here. Well, I think one of the biggest signs with this group is the level of control that they want, and their demands that you cut off your family. And that's been consistent across the board, is that they want people to cut off their families. They want to control their time. They want to control their money. They want to control their thoughts. They have to, like, report to their mentors all the time. I did work on the Netflix doc directly. I was a archival consultant, and you should see my Instagram content in, I think, all 3 episodes. And then a lot of the videos that you see of the dancers or Miranda, like, from Instagram, those came from, like, me and other people. But yeah. Is he setting up members to take the fall? No, he's going to set up his wife to take the fall. I spoke to his son, Conrad, back in November, and it's very clear that Robert's MO is going to be that he's going to blame his wife, Hannah, and he's going to have her and Shirley take the fall and try to say it was all of them and that they're trying to steal all of his money. And yeah, he's going to blame his wife 100%. He's marrying them for the sake of control. So the more you get someone invested in a group, the harder it is for them to leave, and the more tentacles that a person has within a group and connections within a group, the harder it is for them to leave. So it's not uncommon in cults that they marry members, that pastors or the leaders will force members to get married, encourage them to get married, because it basically makes it harder for the person to leave. And it was super important for him to marry the girls, because the girls in the cult have absolutely no say. They're completely obedient and submissive. I hope that when you watched the series, you saw what Priscilla was talking about when she said that she had to be a submissive, docile, like, obedient woman, because that's how the women are expected to act. They do not get to say no to sex. They have to follow the lead of their spouse, and so whatever their spouse says goes. And once they get married, they are to submit not only to their mentors, but to their husband and to Robert. So really, the women have absolutely no say in the group at all. And the only way that they get a say is by marrying Robert. Your Twitch video brought me here so you can speak on that more. So yeah, the Twitch situation, I know there's a lot of comments and questions about that, but he just was not in the cult. at all. That doesn't mean that he wasn't friends with them. You have to remember that Slavic came from So You Think You Can Dance. Miranda competed on So You Think You Can Dance. That's where Allison and Twitch are from. And that's how they met. So these are people that already knew them. They were in the same circles. Just because they were dancing with them doesn't mean they were involved. And Allison just keeps the door open. That's what her friends have told me. Like, she knows they're in a cult. She is not supporting them being in a cult. She's just part of what human trafficking professionals will tell you is that it's super important to keep a line of communication open when someone is suspected to be trafficked in a cult, because if you cut that connection fully off, they will become more and more controlled inside the group. And so allowing them to have a connection outside of the group is super important. And so friends like Allison are doing that, like offering like I'm here for you if you need to talk kind of thing. The women are not safe from FSA 100%, even if they're married. They are not safe. According to the marriage records that we've received, I know that like one of the families was able to get a copy, and I believe that Miranda and James were legally married, but that happened only after everything went viral and there was questions about the legitimacy of their marriage. Fun fact, Kendra and Tight Eyes are not married. I don't know if you guys know this, but Tight Eyes is still married to another woman. Her name is Tanika. They've been married since 2006, and they were super young when they got married. They were in another cult, and they were basically set up to get married by the pastor, and they've never divorced. And so Tight Eyes is currently still legally married to another woman, and the marriage that Kendra and he had was basically arranged, and like Robert decided that they needed to get married, and he said that it was from God, I guess. That's what Kendra's friends have told me, that she told them that God wanted her to get married to Tight Eyes. And she was having problems with him before they got married. I love you. I love your content, but have you seen the TikTok? Okay, goodbye. If you're going to come at my eyebrows, you don't understand the thing that I've been through. Like, I had an eye infection and I lost my eyebrows, so don't come for my eyebrows. And if you're going to be snotty and cruel about my appearance, you can leave. That's just nasty. I did. No one, like, literally comes into your things and says, I love you, but I hate your eyebrows. Like, most people should know about me that I try not to be petty like that. Like, I try to make a point of not, like, focusing on people's appearances, because it's really important to me to, like, be a positive person. That I never want to be the girl that's like, oh, you've lost weight, because then it makes people self-conscious. They're like, oh, like I had weight to lose. So I never even acknowledge that kind of stuff. I just tell people that they're beautiful. I can't see your legit questions. I have not gotten any access to my real Facebooks. I can't see your real question. I can't see your question. Can't the IRS get involved? Oh, the IRS has already been notified. The IRS, like, has been investigating him for a couple years, I guess. And as with all, like, federal investigations, they will never tell you anything. Twitch was not involved in 7M. I actually have a video about Twitch on my page that you can watch. What's up with the eyebrows? What about them? Do you not like them, Christina? You mean this right here? I had an infection. What's a trend? I don't know anything about the trend with eyebrows. Is it a trend to, like, harass people when they're live about their eyebrows? Miranda is still in the cult, yes. I don't know what eyebrow blindness means. I have no idea what that means. I've always had my Instagram. I do not have my Facebook back, but I have a new Facebook page. You should get a mod. Yeah, I should. I wonder if I can add that to, like, I'm adding them right now. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. He responded to all of that, basically saying that if she would have watched, she would have seen that it wasn't about just her family, basically. I don't know, Vic. I can't like super address all of this online like right now, so I would suggest like sending me a DM if you have information that you want to share, but I can't like address what's happened to you by Vic in this live stream. Okay. They get a tiny fraction of the money, and then they get gifts thrown to them if they are obedient enough. Miranda did go to Melanie's Miranda went to the wedding, but she was pretty limited in her actions with people. I spoke to a family, I've spoken to everyone since the documentary. I speak to Kelly all the time, and I've spoken to Melanie, and I speak to their family friends. So one of their family friends said that Miranda was at the wedding. Miranda did not say hi to a lot of people. The limited contact she had with people was brief, and it was fake, and Miranda apparently like was running away from people sometimes at the wedding. It was all for appearances, really. What did I think of the documentary? Well, being that I helped on it, I think it's good. I think it was a good start, right? It has us talking about it, and it's pushing out awareness, and it's helping to bring the conversation forward. If I could say anything, the biggest thing I would recommend is that I would recommend that you not follow them and you not engage with them. Well, Nick's family was involved. Vic's family was not involved. There was no one from Tie-Dye's family that wanted to speak. No one from those families was speaking publicly about it. So again, like, you can't force anyone to speak that doesn't want to speak. Oh, she wasn't running away from anyone, Kelly? Okay, Kelly says, I don't believe Miranda was running away from anyone at the wedding. Well, one person told me that they saw her on the dance floor and she kind of like wasn't super like engaged. And they said that she didn't say hi to anyone else from their family. So there may have been more people that she felt more comfortable being around. Is this the real Kelly? It could have been, yeah. I don't know. She was there. She wasn't like a matron of honor. She wasn't like Melanie's matron of honor, but she was there, and like it was nice. And I think if you watch Melanie's Access Hollywood, she was glad that she had her sister there, and overwhelmingly, I can't. It's hard for me to see if only 4 posts. Does 7M harass people like Scientology? Yes. The same way. Yes. Why do they dedicate 8 hours to a Bible study? Because it's a cult, and it's all about time control and thought control, and yeah. It seems like they're worshiping the devil instead of, maybe. But yes, Miranda was at the wedding. They've see Miranda from time to time. I don't know what it's going to be like now that the series is over or that's out. I think everyone at this point is just hopeful that law enforcement will finally step in, and I think we hope that there could be some sort of criminal charges, so that those that do remain under his control can finally like extract themselves out of it, because for the most part, I think they're so deeply in at this point that they probably won't leave unless arrests happen. And even then, like, I know if you followed like Nexium or whatever, and Keith Raniere, he still has people that are like devout to him. Reno, we don't know where Reno is. I don't think his family has actually spoken to him. I don't think they know where he is right now. I think that Kelly and Dean might have spoken to Miranda, but I don't really know. But I will say that the statement that Miranda put out was not true. It was like false. And she's unfortunately, Robert will make them put out lies, and the statements are written by other people, and it's just awful. They should get him on it, those, I agree. Mackenzie Brooke, I don't think she's involved, as far as I know. Matt said he thought people only wanted to collab. It's interesting that Matt finally is speaking out now. We were just so wanting him to speak out 2 years ago. We would have really appreciated his help 2 years ago because he has a very large platform. I ran and checked as fast as I could, and 6 was a guess. It's definitely a spoof account. Oh. But it has 9,000 followers. Do 9,000 people follow spoof accounts, or do you think like they put someone else's face on it? I don't know. Either way, I can talk to Kelly in my DMs on Instagram. Oh, they buy the followings? Ew. Oh. That makes sense. I didn't think that Kelly would pop in on a live like that. She's never done that before. I've never had Kelly ever comment in a live. She's more of like a watcher. She'll sometimes like watch my lives, but she doesn't generally comment. Do you know if any brand deals will stop? Well, the only way brand deals will stop is if people contact brands and be like, I'm not going to want to work with you. I'm not going to buy your products unless you, like if you collab with these people, if these people are going to be endorsing your products. Oh, that was Kelly's real account. Oh, well then Kelly actually commented in my live. I don't know. I can't keep track. Either way, hi Kelly, if that's really you. I think everyone, like I said, in the family and everyone that was involved in the series, well, I can't speak for everyone, and I certainly can't speak for Netflix, but I can say that like those of us that have been fighting this fight for over 2 years want justice to be served for sure. No brands want controversy. The financials are a part of their lawsuit. So yes, like all the lawsuit stuff is, would I work with Netflix again? Yes. They've been wonderful, frankly. They have been so kind to everyone involved, and they've been especially like sensitive to the families, to the victims, to the former members, to all of them. And what I've appreciated is their protection of those people that were involved that maybe don't want to speak, and nobody's being forced to speak publicly, and nobody's being like forced to do like interviews or oh, I gotta go, you guys, my son needs me.